going to do a ponytail updo. This is going to be a low updo. These tend to be very popular right now, especially with weddings. So her hair is pretty straight. There's a little bit of wave to it, but not much. It is not recently shampooed, which is good. That will help the style stay in well. But I am going to put some texture into it. I'm going to curl it some. And you can do this with your curling iron. You can, and I'm just going to do it in sections so I get all of it. You can do this with your curling iron. You can do hot rollers. You can do a roller set. So just something to put some texture into the hair. Texture will help the updo stay in better. It will make your job a lot easier when you try to put it in. So I'm going to go through and curl section by section in 1 or 2 inch sections all the way up her head. Once I do that, I'm going to put the ponytail in and then start pinning the hair the way I want it to look. Inspiration for this, I know you want to show the computer screen. Turn that for you. Here's my inspiration picture for this style. You can go ahead and stop that. I'm going to go ahead and curl it, and then we'll turn it back on when I get to the ponytail. Okay, so I went through and I put some loose curls in her hair. I'm going to do a side part for the style. I'm going to get that in there now. And I'm actually going to leave out this top part and the sides, so that I can then take this hair later and I could twist it, I could braid it in, I could leave loose pieces down, I can put some volume up here. So I want a little bit of hair to work with up top instead of just throwing it all in a ponytail. I'm going to take the rest of it. And put it in ponytail. Putting a ponytail in, I could just decide to just start pinning all this hair into place, but sometimes the weight of the hair pulls that out. So putting a ponytail just gives an extra layer of secureness with your styles. So now I can decide to do different things. I could loosely braid this, just taking sections of it. Loosely braid. See how these might lay if I pin them. I'm going to turn out some light and getting a weird glare from outside. See if that helps at all. Not really, that's okay. Think so?
Now, which one did you turn on? The outside one?
No. Oh, no. You did turn on the outside one.
There we go.
Okay. Still doesn't help very much, but that's okay. Just going to kind of play around with it to see how it might want to lay. So it's very important that you pin all the way to the scalp, but that you also hide your pins. So kind of gather that hair up and tuck it. Spread it apart. I'm going to put it into 3 more sections. This time I'm going to try twisting and seeing how that works. I don't think that's going to work real well with such a little section. I'm going to tie instead. Make a couple knots in it. And then bring those up and pin them. A lot of times with updos, you just kind of have to play around with the hair, see what's going to look best. And then you can pin it and you can always once it's pinned, kind of rearrange the rest of it the way you want it. And you can separate it. And since I braid the other side, I'm going to go ahead and braid this side too, so they kind of match up on each side. Very loose braid so that I can pull it apart and secure it where I want to secure it. You can see this is pretty easy, but it should make for a nice secure updo for any type of occasion, like a dance, a wedding, where people are going to be, you know, probably dancing, moving around, where there might be a tendency for it to fall. So I want to secure it really well all over. I'm doing this pretty quickly too. I could use a lot more care if I had. You know, usually I book about 30 to 45 minutes for each updo. So it'll take a little longer to get those in. Also, after the curls, I forgot to mention, it's always good to put a little spray in the hair if you curl it. But as you go too, get some spray in there to help you work. Okay, now I can start to do something with these sides. And most people don't want the hair to look strictly slicked back. They want maybe a little bit of volume and softness. And sometimes they want a couple pieces down that you can curl. So I'm going to leave a little bit down. You can ask your client, they want a little bit of hair down. Most clients will say yes, because there's not very many people that feel secure enough to have their hair tightly back for a special occasion. I think I want a little bit of volume right here. So before I put those sides back, I'm going to take some of this hair, borrow some of the hair from the crown area, and come up from underneath it and tease it a little bit. And then smooth it so that we can get a little volume right there. So most people too, they want a little bit of height in the crown area. And you can take your comb, just kind of lift it. Spray. But I don't want it to look ratty, so I want to take the end of my rat tail comb and just get some of that extra teasing out. So that really smooth, but still has a little bit of volume right there. So then I'll just gather this hair up. I'm going to pin it down at the bottom here. You never want to use your teeth to open these pins. Sometimes I just kind of press it up against myself, stick my finger in there. They actually make little magnetic wrist bands that you can put on, go around your wrist. The bobby pins stick to them, and then you can use them to open your bobby pins too, and those are really nice. But hairdressers who use their mouths to open bobby pins, that's not real sanitary. So I want to hide this pin, so I'm just going to take this and kind of do a little barrel curl here. And then this extra hair, do another little barrel curl and tuck it in. Ends in too, so you don't see the ends. A little hairspray. Same thing with the other side. Make a little curl to cover the bobby pin. Another little curl with the ends. See, this isn't taking very long, but it looks very elegant. You see any little flyaways, just kind of spray and then smooth with your hand. Now for the sides. Hannah, you want to come over around? Don't trip on the cord.
I'll try not to.
I think for this one, I'm just going to take, you could braid this. I think I'm going to, but I want to braid the next one we do, so I want to make this a little different. I'm just going to take these, do a rope braid, just twist it around. And I want to keep it kind of loose. And then secure that up in there. And these ends again, just form a little barrel curl. Pin it down in there. And tuck the ends. Alright, now I'm going to twist. I kind of want to make sure this is pulled back a little bit, but I'm going to twist this other side, leaving some hair down. Bring it up here just like the other one. And put your pins down in there so that you can't see them. You can also bring this hair back and cover it up. Little spray, get the flyaways. And this is my favorite hairspray for updos. It's just called Sexy Hair. But it holds really well, but you can still play with the hair a little bit as you go. Okay, now I'm just going to curl the front pieces. Just loosely. You don't want to curl too loosely because they'll fall throughout the night. But just doing the same thing on the other side here. But you want to curl them enough so that it will hold, but that they won't look too springy. You want a nice loose look. And then I would show this to the client, ask if it looks good to them before I spray it a lot more. I don't want to spray it too much. And then have them tell me, well, there's not enough volume, or, you know, can you change this part? So I wait for the final spray until I know that they're really happy with it. I don't want to spray too much right now, so I'm going to do another updo on her, but Hannah, you want to go ahead and get all the way around the hairstyle? And that is just a quick low bun or low chignon type hairstyle using a ponytail.